So, when you talk about a humanitarian crisis, certainly the pullout of U.S. resources, which was one of the largest set of resources being given to health and education, you can't replace it. There's an effort, I think, by some other donors to try to step up, but they're just not going to be able to meet the scale and breadth of what the U.S. was funding.
Now, what do you say to people who say, look, Thailand is an middle income country. Why aren't they funding these programs themselves, for instance, for the refugees along the border?
Well, I mean, I would love to see Thailand step up and fund some of those programs, but there's been a reluctance to do so by Thailand. Their claims are that we have a lot of poor people still that we have to support, and the refugees are a burden. And so the U.S. assistance has helped persuade Thailand to not try to push them back. People should remember what happened back on the Cambodia border, 30 years ago, where there were pushbacks, and 40 years ago, where there were pushbacks, and ultimately, it was the international community stepping in and saying to Thailand, you can't send those people back. You need to treat them humanely, and we're going to provide resources and support to allow them to stay. That was persuasive in getting the Thai government to change course. So, I mean, I think we have to be realists here. But there's a larger interest in U.S., for instance, like supporting malarial initiatives along that border, because the Thai-Myanmar border is the source of the various resistant strains of both tuberculosis and malaria, where if those get into the United States, there's going to be a major problem. So when you talk about providing assistance to try to deal with international health challenges like malaria, there's an incentive, I think, from the U.S. to recognize that those things can come to the U.S. if they're not dealt with somewhere else.
Right, and that was part of the mission of, I mean, ever since it was founded during the Kennedy administration, it was, let's fix the problems overseas before they arrive on America's doorstep. That whole concept seems to have gone out of the window now.
Right. Well, I think what we've gone from is an America that had alliances and had a recognition that there was a larger need to work with other partners, to America going it alone. Make America go it alone is not a make America great again. It's make America stand by itself. And I think that America standing by itself is going to be weaker. It's going to be less connected, and it's going to be more easily surprised and shocked by the sort of things that arrive at its borders, unbeknownst to the U.S. government, because they basically have cut off the links and cut off the connections with other communities and governments and organizations around the world that previously would have alerted the U.S. and said, time to step up and try to figure out this situation right here.